Thank you for your interest in Children's Grief Awareness Week 2021. These are the information slides for the information sessions that happened in the last week, and I hope they help you to understand what we're aiming to do this year and how you can get involved. My name is Gail Precious and I work for the Childhood Bereavement Network. We're very quickly going to go over the week, where it started, what we're doing this year, and how you can get involved, along with ways that you can get in contact with us if you have any questions. You probably know that Grief Encounter started Children's Grief Awareness Week in the UK around about 8 years ago. It closely follows Children's Grief Awareness Day, which is a US Day of Remembrance, held the first Thursday before Thanksgiving. Therefore, every year the dates change, but the days do not. We're really hoping that you will get involved in this year, and we really reach more people. We have some outcomes for this year. Firstly, we want to make sure that we're amplifying the children and young people's voices. The other thing we want to make sure is that we're highlighting the outstanding work that the childhood bereavement sector has been doing over the last year. It's not primarily a fundraising week, but we will hope that what we're aiming to do this year will help you raise some funds for your own service. And we also want, for this year only, the chance to create a lasting legacy, a lasting symbol of support by children and young people, for children and young people. The hashtag for this year's week is Say the Words, and that's the same hashtag that we used last year. The reasons on your screen are the reasons why we think it was really important to continue to use the same hashtag. But we also realise that when you use that hashtag, you'll be pulling up all the really fantastic content from last year's week as well. So there's going to be a lot of support there online. This year, we're asking organisations and services to engage with their young people and their children with these two questions. What we're going to do with the responses that you get to those two questions is to create 2 word clouds. This is one that we have mocked up for the purposes of this information session. This is another. And overall, these word clouds will be inserted into social media assets like this, so that when you use the hashtag Say the Word, you will begin to find a rainbow ribbon of support flowing through your social media. What we're aiming to do, as you can see here, is individualize each of these assets to reflect your service. You'll have the chance to put your services or your organisation's logo in the bottom left-hand corner, with Children's Grief Awareness Week in the bottom right-hand corner. And as you can see here, we have some very bold colours, and that is to indicate that you should be able to kind of individualise these assets to your brand colours. So while they all look broadly similar and have the same theme, they'll be individual to you. Anybody clicking on more than 2 of these images on social media will begin to realise that this is part of a wider campaign of support for children and young people. And with all of the responses that come through, what we're aiming to do at Childhood Bereavement Network is to make a super word cloud. Now that is likely to be popped on social media at the end of the week to finish the week. I just want to kind of quickly go back to those 4 outcomes that we talked about at the beginning, just to make sure that what we're proposing actually meets those outcomes. Have we been able to amplify the voices of children and young people? We would say that yes, these word clouds will help that. Would it be a way for you to highlight your work? Yeah, we think the questions that you're asking children and young people are a very soft form of impact support and impact assessment. So we think it's a really good way of being able to highlight your work. Do you think that you can use these social media assets to help raise funds for your organisation or service? We think you will be able to do that if you want to. And will we be able to form a lasting legacy or a symbol of support for children and young people by children and young people? Yes, we think these word clouds would be useful in that sense as well. So why would you get involved? Here are 4 really key reasons why you can get involved in the week. You're going to be helping to support your children and young people, the ones you currently support, the ones that you come into the service, you can see perhaps the word clouds as part of an induction pack, for example. And you'll get some really strong assets to use not only for Children's Grief Awareness Week this year, but all year round. Just a couple of points to note. If you do participate and you're able to send us those responses, when you receive those word cloud assets, they will be embargoed until the 18th of November. We don't want anything on social media until the 18th of November. And you'll also need to share all your responses with us so we can make that super word cloud. When you're using them on social media, we need organisations and services to use hashtag say the word and also hashtag CGAW21, just to help build that momentum and to link all of these wonderful assets together to build that rainbow ribbon of support. You can register at this link, which is actually available on the CBN website in the same place that you found this particular presentation. And we need your responses in by Monday, the 18th of October, so we know how many we can plan for. We also want to make sure that you have enough time to be able to talk to your children and young people and ask them the questions and gain the responses. We also need you to be able to upload your content to us by Monday, the 8th of November. We can't promise you any assets if you submit later than this. I hope that this short presentation will help you understand what we're aiming to do for Children's Grief Awareness Week this year. Any further questions or concerns about the week can be directed to this email address. Thank you.